Do you feel like the world is holding you back? That no matter how hard you try, there are people, systems, or forces stopping you. Today, I'll show you how to make yourself unstoppable, using the dark, timeless lessons of Machiavelli. Because the truth is, no one can break you, hold you back, or stop you, unless you let them. Listen carefully, because this is the foundation of all power. The world does not reward the polite, the hesitant, or the one who waits for permission. The world respects power, not pleas. This is the first and most brutal truth that Machiavelli would whisper into your ear if he stood beside you today. Look around you. Everywhere you see men and women complaining about the unfairness of life, crying out for justice, begging for a chance. And what does the world give them? Silence, indifference. At best, pity. The world does not bend because you asked nicely. The world bends for those who seize it with force, cunning, and the will to make it obey. You have been taught since childhood to play by the rules, to wait your turn, to be patient, to hope that someone will notice your hard work and reward you. But Machiavelli saw through this illusion centuries ago. He wrote that fortune favors the bold, not the good. The meek inherit nothing except the leftovers from the table of the powerful. If you want freedom, if you want respect, if you want to live life on your terms, you must take it. And that act of taking will offend someone. It will frighten someone, will make someone hate you. Good, that means it's working. Imagine two men. One spends his life asking for recognition, quietly working, hoping someone will open a door for him. The other forces the door open, walks into the room, and makes himself impossible to ignore. Which man do you think the world bows to? Which man do you think becomes the prince, the leader, the master? The one who asks or the one who acts? The world is a battlefield whether you admit it or not. Every promotion you want, every opportunity you crave, every piece of influence you desire is already wanted by someone else. If you sit back, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for permission, you have already lost. There is always someone willing to move faster, risk more, take what you hesitate to claim. And when they do, they are not villains. They are simply players who understood the rules of the game before you did. Machiavelli said that men are quick to forget the death of a father, but never the loss of their property. What does that teach you? That your pleas for fairness will always fall on deaf ears if they threaten someone's power, wealth, or comfort. No one will give you what they have unless you make them. If you want something, your words must be backed by action. Otherwise, you are invisible. Do not confuse this with cruelty. It is clarity. Clarity about the way the world works. If you want to rise, stop asking for permission to rise. Stop looking for the right moment. Stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you. You must become the rescuer. You must become the storm that forces change. Think about your own life. How many chances have you lost because you were too cautious, too polite, too worried about offending someone, or being seen as too aggressive? How many times have you swallowed your ambition to stay likable? What did that earn you? Except frustration. The time for hesitation is over. The bold may fail, but the timid never even enter the arena. Your strength must become undeniable. You must radiate certainty in your decisions, confidence in your direction. People respect decisiveness, even when they disagree with it. A leader who acts will always command more loyalty than a leader who waits. Pleas are for beggars. Power is for those who choose to claim it. And here is the cruel but liberating truth. You do not need to be perfect to take power. You do not need to have every skill, every qualification, every credential. You need the courage to step forward while others hesitate. The battlefield of life rewards action over perfection, boldness over hesitation, and strength over sympathy. The world will not crown you for being good. It crowns those who dare. If you truly wish to be free, you must understand this next lesson. The approval of others is a chain. A chain you may not see, one that keeps you bound, waiting, hesitating, doubting yourself at every step. Machiavelli warned that the prince who depends on the love of the people is already doomed. Because love is fickle, and the people are quick to turn against the one they once adored. Look closely at the world around you. How many people live not for themselves but as prisoners of opinion? They shape their dreams to fit the expectations of friends, family, strangers on a screen. They speak in ways that will not offend. They act only if it will win applause. They sacrifice their own will so that no one thinks ill of them. And in the end, what reward do they receive for this obedience? Temporary approval, the faint smile of a crowd that forgets them the moment something new appears. You must not build your life on such shifting sands. Approval is cheap, and loyalty purchased with approval alone is even cheaper. Today they praise you, tomorrow they condemn you. The same voices that call you a hero will call you a villain when it suits them. Machiavelli understood this, which is why he taught that a ruler should be prepared to be feared rather than loved, if he must choose. Because fear endures. Approval does not. Ask yourself, how many choices in your life have you avoided because you worried what others would think? How many dreams have you kept locked away because you feared being mocked? And where has that fear brought you? Those who spend their lives seeking approval become slaves to it, endlessly performing for a crowd that is never satisfied. Detach from the need to be liked. It does not mean you must become cruel or cold. It means you must become free. Free to act on what you know is necessary. Free to make decisions that others will question, even hate, but that are right for your survival, your rise, your purpose. The man who is guided only by the crowd will never lead the crowd. The woman who fears their disapproval will never command their respect. Think of every great figure in history. They were not loved in their time, not by everyone. They were criticized, attacked, ridiculed, and yet they acted. They understood that if they waited until everyone approved, they would never act at all. Approval comes after victory, never before. If you seek it before you act, you will never move. There is another danger. The moment you become addicted to approval, you become easy to control. The crowd will sense your hunger for their praise, and they will feed you just enough of it to keep you obedient. They will reward you for being tame, punish you when you step outside the lines, and you will live your life dancing to music you did not choose. But when you detach, when you no longer need their praise, you become untouchable. They cannot bribe you with likes. They cannot silence you with criticism. You are beyond their reach. Machiavelli wrote that men judge more by their eyes than by their hands, because everyone can see, but few can feel. They will see you act and they will speak about it, judge it, gossip about it. Let them. If your decision is right, time will prove you correct. If it is wrong, you will learn and adapt. But never let the fear of their gaze stop you from acting. Detach from both praise and criticism, because both can be dangerous. Praise can make you arrogant, criticism can make you weak. If you let either control you, the ruler who governs by applause will fall the moment the crowd finds a new object of fascination. But the one who governs by purpose, who acts regardless of cheers or boos, becomes something rare, unshakable. This is the discipline you must forge within yourself, to move forward even when everyone says you are wrong, to continue building when no one notices, to keep speaking when your words are mocked, to keep fighting when you are alone. Because approval is temporary, but the results of your actions are permanent. And if you must choose, choose results. Listen closely, because this lesson is where your enemies become your greatest teachers. You will be opposed. You will be criticized. You will be attacked. This is not a possibility. It is a guarantee. The moment you dare to rise, the moment you begin to claim what is yours, someone will notice, someone will resent it, someone will try to stop you. But Machiavelli would not have you fear opposition. He would have you use it. Understand this: your enemies reveal more about your strength than your friends ever will. Friends may flatter you, they may tell you what you want to hear, but your enemies will show you exactly where you are weak. They will aim their arrows at the chinks in your armor, and in doing so, they point out what must be fortified. Every attack is a map of your vulnerabilities, if you are wise enough to study it. Do not hide from criticism. Do not run from conflict. Learn to look directly into the eyes of those who wish you harm and ask yourself why they fear you, why they oppose you. Because you threaten their position. Is it because your success exposes their failure? Or is it because you have dared to do what they themselves are too afraid to do? The answer will give you power. There is a cruel but empowering truth in every rival you face. Their existence means you are playing the game at a level worth noticing. The man with no enemies is the man who has done nothing, built nothing, challenged nothing. The person who offends no one has never stood for anything. Opposition is proof that you are no longer invisible. Machiavelli taught that fortune is like a woman. Bold men must wrestle her to the ground. And when you do, when you take action and begin to seize control of your fate, you will disturb those who preferred you powerless. They will try to push you back into silence. They will speak against you. Good. Let them. Their voices are free training. Their resistance is free sharpening. Every time they stand in your way, they are giving you the opportunity to become stronger, more cunning, more relentless. Think of a sword. It becomes sharper when it is ground against stone. So too must your ambition be ground against adversity. Without resistance, there is no edge. Without opposition, there is no growth. The prince who rules an unchallenged land grows weak, complacent, soft. But the prince who faces conspiracies revolts, and betrayal learns to read the hearts of men, to anticipate danger, to strike first when necessary. He becomes formidable. Do not waste energy wishing for a life without obstacles. A smooth path will never produce the strength you need to rule your own destiny. When someone insults you, do not simply be offended. Analyze the insult. Ask yourself what truth might be hidden in it, what lesson might be buried beneath their malice. When someone blocks your way, study their tactics. Understand how they think, and you will know how to defeat them next time. Even the pain they cause you is a gift, because pain is a teacher that does not lie. Pain tells you where you must adapt, where you must evolve. It breaks you open and shows you what you are made of. And if you survive it, you come out harder, sharper, impossible to break in the same way again. Your enemies are your unwilling allies. They work for you without knowing it. They give you targets to overcome, challenges to solve, battles that forge you into something far more dangerous than you were before. The clever prince thanks his enemies in silence, because without them, he would have remained ordinary. So when they come, and they will come, welcome them. Let them speak, let them plot, let them push against you. They are the fire in which your strength is tempered. They are the resistance that forces you to grow teeth. They are the pressure that turns coal into a diamond. And when you rise again, stronger, sharper, and more unshakable than before, they will see that they did not stop you. They made you. The last lesson is the most important, because it is the one that makes you truly untouchable. You can take power, you can ignore the crowd, you can face your enemies, but if your own mind is fragile, all of it can be taken from you in a single moment. This is why Machiavelli warned against relying too much on walls, armies, or allies. Fortresses can fall, armies can betray you, allies can turn. The strongest fortress you will ever build is the one inside yourself. Look at history. Kingdoms have crumbled not because their walls were breached, but because their leaders were weak inside. They doubted themselves. They panicked. They lost clarity under pressure. Their enemies did not defeat them. They defeated themselves. If you want to be unstoppable, you must first become unshakable within. You must train your mind to withstand storms. Life will test you with failure, with betrayal, with loss. These are not accidents. They are part of the natural order. They are the universe's way of asking you whether you deserve what you are trying to build. The man who breaks at the first sign of trouble proves he was never ready to hold power. The woman who collapses when she is mocked shows she was ruled by fear all along. Building an inner fortress means creating a mind that cannot be manipulated by praise or crushed by criticism. When they call you great, you do not swell with arrogance. When they call you a fool, you do not shrink with shame. You become like stone, not cold, not lifeless, but steady, unmoving, grounded. It begins with clarity. You must know what you want, why you want it, and what you are willing to pay for it. A mind that is scattered, chasing 100 desires, is easy to pull apart. But a mind with a single, sharp aim is almost impossible to sway. When you have this clarity, every attack becomes noise. Every distraction becomes irrelevant. Then comes discipline. Discipline is the mortar that holds your inner fortress together. It is waking up when you said you would, working when you don't feel like it, training your willpower until it is stronger than your moods, because moods are weak. They change with the weather. The ruler who is ruled by moods is no ruler at all. And then there is emotional control, the ability to feel anger but not be consumed by it, to feel fear but not obey it, to feel pain but not be stopped by it. The world will try to provoke you, to make you act out of rage or panic, so you destroy yourself. But if your inner fortress is strong, you will act not from impulse, but from strategy. When you master this, you become something rare, a person who cannot be easily moved. People may betray you and you will not crumble. Plans may fail and you will not despair. You will simply rebuild, adapt, move forward. The storms that destroy others will only shape you. Machiavelli knew that power attracts enemies. If you rise high enough, someone will always be plotting against you. This is inevitable, but if your mind is steady, if you are patient and watchful, you can outlast them all. The one who can wait, who can endure, who can remain calm while others lose their composure, that is the one who wins. You do not need to shout to be powerful. You do not need to display anger to show strength. The most dangerous leader is often the quietest one, because he has nothing to prove. His power is not a performance. It is a reality. He knows who he is and nothing you say can change it. This is what you must build. A mind that does not need constant validation. A spirit that does not collapse under pressure. A heart that can take a blow and keep beating without fear. When you have this, no one can touch you. Not your enemies, not the crowd, not even fate itself. Because even if everything around you burns, you remain standing, ready to rebuild, ready to strike again, ready to continue the fight. Now you have seen the world as it truly is. You know that no one will give you power. You must take it. You know that the love of the crowd is fleeting and that only those who detach from its approval can lead it. You know that every enemy is a forge that tempers your strength, every rival a test that sharpens your resolve. And you know that the ultimate fortress is not made of stone, but of mind and will, a fortress no one can breach. This is the way of those who cannot be broken. They do not wait, they do not beg, they do not bend. They act, they endure, they outlast. If you choose this path, you will no longer fear what others think, no longer dread opposition, no longer shatter when life strikes you. You will become the master of your own fate. The world will not hold you back. It will not break you. It will not stop you. Because you will no longer allow it to. From this day forward, you are the storm that others must endure.